Hello everyone. Let's discuss today's The Hindu editorial page. The first article is Questionable Searches Under the Money Laundering Act. In this article, the writer says that the Enforcement of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 PMLA in India has been criticized for its unusual interpretation by the Supreme Court of India. The court limited its application to the wrongful and illegal gain of property as a result of criminal activity relating to a scheduled offense. It also held that property must qualify the definition of proceeds of crime under Section 2(1)(u) of the 2002 Act. The authority of the authorized officer to prosecute any person for money laundering gets triggered only if there exists proceeds of crime within the meaning of Section 2(1)(u) of the 2002 Act, and further it is involved in any process or activity. The court emphasized that the definition of proceeds of crime under Section 2(1)(u) will not be attracted unless the property has been derived or obtained as a result of criminal activity relating to a scheduled offense. The media has reported many cases of Enforcement Directorate (ED) searches, seizures and arrests, which are outside the ED's powers, as held by the court. The conduct of the ED in this regard has resulted in severe criticism from the Supreme Court, as seen in Pankaj Bansal v. Union of India. The court set aside arrest orders and orders of remand passed by Sessions Judge Panchkula and affidavits from the High Court of Punjab and Haryana. It noted that the ED failed to exercise its powers in the case on hand, and that no consistent and uniform practice seems to be followed. In November 2023, Justices Abhay S. Oka and Pankaj Mittal addressed key aspects of the PMLA, stating that the existence of proceeds of crime is sine qua non for the offense under Section 3 of the PMLA. The Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act 1957 is not covered by the schedule of the PMLA Act, and offences related to it are not scheduled offences. However, the ED in some states is conducting inquiries regarding the alleged illegal mining of sand, a minor mineral under the control of states and not the Union. The Mines Act has extensive provisions to curb evasion and enable penalty and prosecution for any illegal extraction of minerals, but that power is with the state government. In Jharkhand, the ED registered an enforcement case investigation report against an MLA of the ruling party and his associates based on certain first information reports, FIR. A writ petition was filed in the High Court by one B.J. Hansda, who later told the High Court that he had not authorized anyone to file that petition. The ED was also made a party in this writ petition, which stated that the ED had started investigation pertaining to illegal mining and on the laundering of the tainted monies generated from it. The alleged petitioner sought withdrawal of the petition, but the High Court refused permission on August 8, 2023, and the next day delivered the judgment transferring the police cases to the CBI. It immediately registered the preliminary inquiry and subsequently FIR, while a special leave petition, SLP, was filed by the alleged offenders before the Supreme Court, stating that they had not been heard by the High Court before passing the judgment. Subsequent judicial developments between September and November 2023 revealed violations of procedure, such as the notice issuing bench being changed contrary to the Supreme Court rules 2013 and the Handbook on Practice and Procedure and Office Procedure. The CBI and the ED now have absolute freedom to do what is not authorized under the judgments of the Supreme Court. The next article is Subaltern Hindutva and the Crucial Social Justice Test. In this article, the writer says that the recent assembly elections in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Chhattisgarh have revealed that a significant section of scheduled castes, SCs, scheduled tribes, STs, and other backward classes, OBCs, supported the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, making the party a formidable force in democratic battles. This is an important development, as just a decade ago, the BJP was often cornered by the opposition as being the party of the social elites. With the arrival of Narendra Modi as Prime Minister of India, there has been an elevation of the party as one for the socially marginalized Hindu masses, a phenomenon now understood under the subaltern Hindutva rubric. In the last 2 decades, the BJP has successfully mobilized these groups through innovative political strategies and by curating influential cultural events. However, the actual benefits of economic developments and political change have been overtly controlled by the conventional social elites, relegating the Dalit Bahujan masses as passive peripheral observers in the rapid elevation of the right wing. The BJP's mobilization strategies towards the Dalit Bahujan masses include 3 fronts. Marginalized social groups will benefit from general welfare measures, freebies, loan waivers, women-centric policy benefits. The BJP has alleged that dominant OBC castes, Yadavs in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, have exploited social justice policies, and a special reservation quota should be mooted for the extremely backward classes, EBCs. The BJP engages the lower strata through curating emotional narratives about their history, icons and caste pride, using various religious events and cultural fronts influenced by the BJP. However, the BJP has not yet engaged with these issues and has not offered much resolutions to contest the prevalent issues of poverty, social backwardness, and landlessness. With Vishnu Deosai and Mohan Yadav as chief ministers of Chhattisgarh and Haryana, the BJP has no mandate to satisfy the aspirations of the Dalit Bahujan masses. In conclusion, the recent assembly elections in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and Chhattisgarh have highlighted the importance of addressing social discrimination and economic injustice in the BJP. The next article is Revision Sans Vision. New laws have positive features but bring no path-breaking change. In this article, the writer says that the 3 bills that replaced the body of criminal laws in India were passed by Parliament in its ongoing session without more than 140 members. The revised versions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, CRPC, and Bharatiya Sakshya Bill were introduced after scrutiny by a parliamentary standing committee, but they still required legislative deliberations in the full chambers. Many concerns that the bills raised could not be raised in Parliament as a result. The new codes retain much of the language and content of the original laws, but Union Home Minister Amit Shah's claim that the colonial imprint of the IPC, CRPC and Evidence Act has been replaced by a purely Indian legal framework may not be correct. The government ignored the panel's recommendation to bring back adultery, which was struck down by the Supreme Court as a gender-neutral offense. On the procedural side, some welcome features include the provision for FIRs to be registered by a police officer regardless of where an offense took place, and the boost sought to be given to the use of forensics in investigation and videography of searches and seizures. However, a significant failure lies in not clarifying whether the new criminal procedure allows police custody beyond the 15-day limit, or if it is just a provision that allows the 15-day period to spread across any days within the first 40 or 60 days of a person's arrest. The next article is Staying Alert. India must sustain focus on genome sequencing for novel variants. In this article, the writer says that the rapidly increasing spread of the JN, one variant, a descendant of the BA, 2.86 Omicron lineage, has led to its prevalence reaching over 27% globally. This variant is likely to become the dominant strain globally due to its increased immune escape capability and high transmissibility. The World Health Organization classified JN1 as a separate variant of interest a couple of days ago, as it accounts for vast majority of the BA, 2.86 lineage. Despite increased immunity escape capability and transmissibility, no major outbreak has been reported so far. The global health body has noted that JN1 is not associated with increased disease severity compared to other circulating variants. Evidence from clinical trials that have reported a surge in cases and hospitalizations driven by the JN1 One variant does not suggest higher mortality. India has reported a sharp increase in COVID-19 cases in the last week. Universal masking should not be mandatory at this point in time, but it is highly desirable that high-risk individuals mask up, especially in poorly ventilated closed spaces. All patients with influenza-like illness, ILI, and severe acute respiratory infections, SARI, are being tested for COVID-19, and positive cases are sequenced as part of revised surveillance guidelines. India should learn from past mistakes and refrain from shaming states that report more cases and/or novel variants. States with better surveillance and greater integrity in testing and reporting are bound to register more cases. Public health should not be communicated nor politicized.